Welcome to my demonstration of Ubuntu Linux. You probably came here from a Craigslist ad where I offer my services to install Linux on your machine, or more accurately, a super mega uploaded Ubuntu Linux where you got loads of stuff on there. So the purpose of this video is to show you Ubuntu Linux running on a laptop, what it would entail. Now, ignore all these icons here. This is a touchscreen laptop. I'm running on a Acer Chromebook C720p, and I like the icons just so I can touch the screen and kind of remember all the cool apps I have. So I generally don't like icons on the desktop, but in this case I have them organized, and so I put them on there. But let me take them off just for your sake. So this is what my current desktop looks like, and yours doesn't have to look exactly like this. So it's basically straightforward. Most of the time people don't really use their operating systems, in your case Windows or Mac. You're really using the apps. But you might want to know certain things like where's your folders, and your home folder, and my computer, like on Windows. It would be up here on the menu. And your preferences or control center, for example, would be here. And very simple, you find everything on there. Or you can go directly to whatever it is you're trying to go to through the menu as well, or you can type it here and it would come up. There's many ways to do it. But the most basic things is you need to know where your home folder is. So when you click on it, you find all your videos, your documents, and it will be on the side here, just like on a Mac, on the Mac Finder. They call it a Finder, which is the dumbest name I've ever heard. It's actually a folder or a drawer, or more modern take on it is a file manager, another name I hate. But anyway, that's what it is. Open your home folder, your documents, and then you have it. Okay. Now people are scared of another operating system. Like people who use Windows are scared to go to Mac, and even worse, to Linux. But let me ask you a question. When you're running Windows XP or Windows 7 and suddenly Windows 10 comes out, aren't you a little scared to switch to it because it looks different and it's going to function a little different? That's always going to be the case. Always. Every time a new version of Windows comes out, you have to relearn certain things. You might know the basics of the start menu and what certain phrases means, and how to change your wallpaper and stuff like that. But other things you got to get used to, and you have to be able to do that. You have to be able to adapt wherever you go, and I promise you, when you do that, you'll be blown away by just a little bit that you learn. But when I install this for people, I ask them if they use Windows or Mac, and I could make it more comfortable for them by making it look like either a Mac or Windows. So, for example, instead of the menu being up here, I would put a single start menu at the bottom. Linux allows you to do that. It's very customizable. That's what I like about Linux. On a Mac, you always have the same exact desktop, where the Apple is up here and the little menus. That never changes. Windows, you always got a start menu down here. That never changes. It's the same interface. On Linux, you could change it any which way direction you want. You can make it like Linux. Linux has multiple versions of its own desktops, so that's like a big statement right there. Or you can make it like Mac OS or Windows. So anyway, I don't want to talk too much, just wanted to show you a demonstration. And first things first, out of the way. One of the main things people wonder is if they could have the same apps on Linux. They're afraid they're going to lose this app or that app. Well, guess what? You have practically everything, especially the main stuff. So, for example, let me check my list here. You have Firefox. You got Chrome here. It has Microsoft Edge available for Linux. They got the Brave browser available for Linux. Evernote, WhatsApp, Signal, Telegram, Element, Facebook Messenger, Skype, Google Duo, IRC, Discord, Slack, Microsoft Teams, Element, Mastodon. You got VJ apps for clubs, DJ apps, karaoke DJ apps, Kodi from your media center, emulators galore for video games. You got RetroPie, FS-UAE, which is a full-blown Amiga emulator. Mednafen, which is a multi-system emulator for PlayStation 1, TurboGrafx-16, SNES, NES, Sega Genesis, Game Gear, TurboGrafx-16, Sega Master System, just a bunch of systems, Neo Geo. And there's other emulators that you might like better, but they're available. So for me, for most people, they need something like PowerPoint. Microsoft Office is usually the thing. And so, yes, Linux has like about 7 known Office programs. The main one is LibreOffice, but that's also, in my opinion, one of the least useful if you want to compare to PowerPoint or Keynote. But it's free and open source, and that's what everybody wants. Something that's open source so they don't feel like they're being spied on by the company. That's the main reason why they like that. However, for professional use, for example, you have to do a presentation with those fancy Keynote effects and transitions like Keynote and PowerPoint, that now PowerPoint has those similar effects. Well, you have that. Okay, and this is called SoftMaker Office, specifically Presenter from SoftMaker Office, which is a free, you don't have to pay for it, it's free. It's called SoftMaker Free Office. There's also a paid version, which is $49 for the whole Office suite. But they're identical. There's no difference. It's fully usable, the free version. The only difference is you get a few more saving formats and a few more features. But this works out of the box for free. Okay, so let me show you a demo of a presentation. This is just some random thing just to show you the effects here. You would press F5 and have your little remote laser pointer. And just, click pages. And for me, personally, I will not use any presentation program on the planet unless it can do nice transitions like this. Because I don't use it for presentations. I use it for like introductions to videos and end of credit scenes and to do a nice fancy slideshow. Not just to click on slides. For that, I would use a PDF. Well, speaking of PDF, I mean, as you can see here, these are Keynote quality effects. SoftMaker Office. On a side note, they also have WPS Office, which is also free. And it works pretty darn well, and it's more compatible with Microsoft Office if you needed that. This is compatible also, but I find WPS Office to be about 70% more compatible. And it lets you insert videos in your presentations. This one actually doesn't. It does everything except that. But I found a way to do that just on my own way. Long story. But anyway, WPS Office got you covered for that. And it has nice transitions as well. Not as nice as this one, but very close. I have both of them. I could interchange whenever I need either one. So that's that. Yes. If you're wondering about these effects here, what this is like a expose on a Mac. When you got the hot corners for different things. You click here and it shows you all your open programs and it jumps right to it. Or you could show and hide the desktop. I could remove that too. Some people don't like this. It kind of annoys them. I love it, but I could remove that completely and you won't have that. And I like having 3 different desktops. And you could have this too, or you could just have one. I can take them off and make it simpler. Have one like Windows. No problem. It's all doable. Very easy. So let me go to another thing. I did mention all the browsers that you might need and the chat programs. They're all here. Firefox, Google Chrome, Chromium, Google Earth, Skype, Mumble, Slack. I mean, you name it. Everything. Element, Dino, Discord, Microsoft Edge, Official, Microsoft Teams, Steam for gamers, YouTube downloaders, Zoom. I forgot to mention Zoom. You got Zoom on here, Signal, Telegram. Just tons of stuff. Oh, and tons of free movies you could watch legally. All right, so now that I got this PowerPoint thing out of the way, of course there's a Word clone and a, what do you call the other one? Spreadsheets. And they're all great. I mean, just superb. Now, let me go to one that people might not think of often, but a lot of churches, they need stuff for doing the lyrics of the songs on the projectors. And, these soft kinds of softwares are expensive. They're like $400. It doesn't have to be church lyric software, but other software of its kind that does the same thing or similar. It's like $400, which is just preposterous. But anyway, there's free open source and free versions out there. Number one, everybody knows, is OpenLP, which is on here as well, and I will install that for you. It'll be already installed. And this one, which is another free one, but it's just commercial quality. It's called Whole Lyrics. And here, let me show you a demo. It's got animated backgrounds and very nice transitions for your lyrics. Here I got a preview of what the audience would see, and this is the stage view or return monitor view, I guess. And this is what you'd be on stage. And normally you would have a projector connected, and this is what you would see. And it's just great. And you could change the themes on the fly. Just click them, and same song will come up with a different theme. These are themes I made. Some of them are included, but I made some of these myself. Now, the cool thing about this is that you don't have to use it for church lyrics. You could use it for making karaoke songs. There's a little timer area here, a program in here, built in here, where you put the music, put the lyrics, and just press the next keyboard to put the lyrics on, timed with the music, and it records it like that. And suddenly, boom, you have a karaoke type song, or follow along, or what they call lyric video. Okay? Awesome little program here. Free. Legally free. Not shareware. You don't owe any money. Don't pay monthly, none of that. And you have about 3 programs of that kind on here. You got that one, Worship Extreme Presenter, which is also free and probably a little better than this one in many ways. And you got OpenLP as well. Yeah, so that's what you get here. And you get, I mean, I can't even tell you. I mean, look, if you look here, I got hundreds of programs just in the graphics. I won't give you all the games. Maybe emulators. I'm not sure about putting the games on here. There'll be some. But this here is an example of an Amiga emulator. And all the games for the Amiga here. Very nice interface. It's called FS-UAE. Shows you a preview of everything. Again, you don't have to use this. You're probably not into games. I'm just telling you, you get a full package for $55. Okay? So, yeah, I think I showed you pretty much the very, very basics. If you want, and you have any more questions, you could just ask me about it and call me. That's one thing I forgot to mention on here, is to put the website. But if you go to Craigslist and type in Linux or Ubuntu Linux, you'll find it, and it'll show my ad, and has my number on there. You can call me, and if you're out of state, I might be willing to do that, but you would have to mail me your hard drive. You don't have to send me your laptop, although it's preferable, but I don't want that because that's too risky. Send me your hard drive. I'll put this on there for you, send it back to you. You put it back in your computer, and you'll have a full-blown OS. You may have to pay for shipping in your case, you know. I don't think that would be much, since it's just a little package. And it'd be ridiculous for you to think that I would steal your hard drive, because the $55 I'm making from you is more than the cost of the hard drive in most cases. Sometimes it's equal value, but I don't care. Why lose a customer? You know, just don't worry about that. Send me a crappy used hard drive if you want, as a secondary thing. I'm not going to steal your hard drive. I'm not that kind of person. So yeah, here's my number. I'll type it right here. Hope you could see it. Let's see, I have a way of zooming. There you go. There's my number right there. You can call that number, text me, and tell me what you're texting me about, whether you're in Queens, New York, or you're out of state. All right, thank you for watching. Any other questions? Look at my ad first, and then give me a holler.